All right, let's look at our crappy culture. So today is Martin Luther King's birthday, which we celebrate. And it's always kind of an annoying holiday to me because we've just gotten back from Christmas and the last thing I want is another day off. But we don't get a day off, so it doesn't matter. But, you know, I do actually believe that Martin Luther King was one of the great men of America and worthy of having a holiday in his name. And sometimes right-wingers like to point out that, oh, you know, he cheated on his wife, which he probably did. He dabbled with socialism and communism, which he probably did. He was not an economic genius. He was not some guy who really knew what the future was. The fact is, though, he was a devout Christian and a Republican most of his life. I mean, he did support Kennedy because Kennedy kind of got on the civil rights train. It really, really annoys me to see the left steal this holiday as they do by somehow proclaiming that it's Martin Luther King versus Trump. It's Martin Luther King versus the right. It's Martin Luther King versus the people who believe in America. But let us remember the most important thing, I think, that Martin Luther King said in some of his brilliant speeches. Two things I will point out, and I won't play the cuts, but just to point out these things he said. One is that he called on America to live out the meaning of its creed. In other words, the left constantly is attacking everything about America, our Constitution, our Declaration, our founding principles, our founding religion. They're constantly attacking all these things as racist, imperialist, evil. But Martin Luther King did not. He called on us to fulfill the meaning of our creed. The problem with 1950s and 1960s America was not the principles that we were living on, is that we betrayed those principles by cutting out people according to the color of their skin. And we did. We did do that. That was wrong. It was wrong. We know it was wrong because it was against our principles. It's our principles that he was trying to put in place, not the principles of the left, which have been antithetical to everything America stands for. And the second thing he said is that he dreamt of a day when people would be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Let that day be this day. All we have to do is stop. We have to stop listening to the left, who makes everything about race. We have to start listening to our hearts and our Bible, which tells us that it is all about ideas. It is all about right and wrong. It is all about behavior. It's not about IQ. This worship of IQ is disgusting. It is just a form of racism. It's just another form of racism. IQ can be changed in a heartbeat. It is only one of the many gifts God gives to human beings. It is absolutely ugly. We can stop judging people by race today if we stop listening to the people crying at CNN, if we stop listening to the left who charges racism at everything. We only talk about which ideas are better, no matter who has them, no matter what color. If they come out of England, great. If they come out of Norway, great. If they come out of Haiti, great. But if they don't, they don't. And we're not going to pretend they do just to make people with different skin colors feel good. Let this be Martin Luther King Day. Let us start judging each other by the content of our character, by our ideas, by our actions, and not at all, ever, by the color of our skin or by what somebody might have said by accident or anything else. Who's coming on tomorrow, Rob?
Owen Benjamin.
Oh, comedian Owen Benjamin, who has been banned. I think he's one of the guys who's been banned, I think, on YouTube. I'm Andrew Klavan. This is the Andrew Klavan Show. Tomorrow is The Conversation as well. It's at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Be there. We'll talk to you then. The Andrew Klavan Show is produced by Robert Sterling, executive producer Jeremy Boring, senior producer Jonathan Hay. Our supervising producer is Mathis Glover. Technical producer, Austin Stevens. Edited by Alex Zingaro. Audio is mixed by Mike Cormina. Hair and makeup is by Jesua Alvera. And our animations are by Cynthia Angulo and Jacob Jackson. The Andrew Klavan Show is a Daily Wire Forward Publishing production. Copyright Forward Publishing 2017.